Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to give you live coverage of today's Lou Tompkins All-Star League 18 and under summer baseball contest between visiting Arlington and hosting Brookline. And we are going to have a real official game here today, folks. There was a bit of a delay making sure Arlington was able to get enough players out here, and they did. And so we're going to go forward officially. We're about to get started with the top of the first. I'm going to flash the Brookline starting pitcher stats on the screen real quick. Owen Hoffman, the starter on the mound for Brookline. You can see his stats right there. 2 previous starts this season, 4.2 innings pitched, 10.5 ERA, 3.43 whip, 4 strikeouts. And we get through that just in time for the first pitch of the game, which is a hard grounder up the middle. Snag by Mayfield-Sheehan. Throw to first for out number 1. Boy, Mayfield-Sheehan, he had to make a reach grab for the last out of yesterday's game as part of the Summer Classic tournament that Brookline was participating in. And he has to make a bit of a reach here as we check out the replay. Great snag, great quick throw. First pitch to this batter is going to be ball 1. I got no roster for Arlington, and some of the players don't have jersey numbers, but you guys know me. We're going to do the best we can with what we have, as that's going to be a high ball 2 from Hoffman. Oops, let me update the outs. There we go. 1 out in the inning. Base is empty here on the top of the first. This one's golfed high out to left. Ellis Martino under it. Can of corn for out number 2. Four pitches, 2 outs. Hoffman working efficiently here through the first inning as number 8 flies out to left. 2 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, strike 1. That one's going to miss just outside, ball 1. Slices that one to the backstop, strike 2. 1 and 2 the count. Hoffman trying to get Arlington down in order here. Been pitching very efficiently here to start. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That pitch seemed to have a bit of a break on it into the high corner of the zone. Batter chases it. And Arlington goes down in order in the top of the first as number 10 goes down on strikes. We move to the bottom of the first now, and with that, let's go through the starting lineup for Brookline today. We got some gusts of wind here, and we're a bit overcast. Hopefully the weather doesn't rear its ugly head in here. I'm pretty comfortable. I'm under a fully leafed out tree under here up the right field line, but you know, just hoping it doesn't get too bad. You know, hopefully the skies stay clear and we'll be in luck. Looking at the Brookline starting lineup for today, leading off for Brookline, they have the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Batting second, the extra hitter, number 3, Devin Chin. Batting third, the shortstop, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. And batting 10th, the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. head coach of the Brookline Lou Tompkins 18 and under summer team is John Busey. So that is our starting lineup for Brookline today. I know due to the delay and the number of and Arlington struggling to get the proper number of players, there was a brief concern that this was just going to have to be a forfeit scrimmage game like what happened with Haverhill last week. But Brookline happy to be playing an official game. You know, I don't think they, as much as a win is a win, I think Brookline would prefer to get a proper win in the field rather than just get one via forfeit. Brookline currently is the top-ranked team in the 18 under division with a strong 7-1 record that does unfortunately include 2 forfeit wins against Medford and Haverhill. Arlington coming into this contest with a record of 3-5. And so we'll see how things shake out here in the bottom of the first. Owen Hoffman, a good job putting the Arlington batters down in order. And now the top of the Brookline lineup coming up, Sawada, Chin, and Sheehan. And Wi-Fi playing a few tricks on us for a second there. Hopefully that isn't a pattern of any kind. That's weird. Usually a pretty good connection out here, but we dropped a few frames, but we seem to be pretty good. Leading off for Brookline, the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Shows bunt, but pulls back, ball 1. And for Sawada and the other players who took place in the Summer Classic tournament over the weekend, this is their 7th straight day playing a game, as Sawada takes strike 1 there. A lot of those games didn't count towards the season stats for Lou Tompkins. 3 of those games were in the weekend tournament. 1 of those games was the unofficial scrimmage against Haverhill. So it doesn't really reflect in their stats, but these are the stats we've got for the official season so far. Sawada, 5 for 9, 1 walk, 4 hit by pitches, 5 stolen bases, 5 runs scored, and 3 RBI, as you can see on the bottom of your screen. That one skips in for ball 3. Hitters count at 3-1 to Sawada. And that's going to be a low ball 4. Sawada with a leadoff walk. And Brookline fans know he can be a threat on the base pads. Those 5 stolen bases aren't for nothing. Now coming up, the extra hitter, number 3, Devin Chin. Sawada taking off on the first pitch. Chin tried to bunt it. It's foul. Diving catch made by the catcher. Pickoff throw to first, and they missed the throw to first. The attempted bunt turns to disaster for Brookline, but they managed to prevent the worst-case scenario off the erroneous throw to first that prevented what would have been a 2-3 double play. Good effort by the catcher to chase after that popped-up bunt to make the catch. Just couldn't finish with the throw. So 1 out, Sawada still at first. And taking a high ball 1 there is the shortstop, number 7, Caden Sheehan. Sheehan lines a shot through the left gap into left for a single there. Sheehan's stats for the Lou Tompkins season so far don't reflect how well he's been doing this week at the plate. He's been arguably Brookline's best hitter over that weekend tournament, and he gets to show some of that ability with that single there. Now batting the center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. Sawada taking off, Sheehan taking off, throw down to third. Sawada is safe, and Sheehan takes second unopposed. I believe the pitch itself was a ball to Brendel. Runners at second and third now. Prime opportunity to score as that one skips in. Well blocked by the catcher for what I believe is ball 2. Brendel skies one out of play. 2-1 now the count. Brendel so far this Lou Tompkins season 4 for 14, 2 doubles, 4 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 2 stolen bases, 7 runs scored, and 6 RBI. As that one misses to the outside, 3-1. Brendel leading the team in runs scored, tied for the team lead in RBI, with a chance to break things open here. Hits a grounder over to first, fielded cleanly, and it will simply be an RBI ground out for Brendel as Sawada trots home with the first run of the ball game. All right, now batting 2 down, runner at third. Up comes the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. First pitch, Fantuzzi hits a bouncer foul. Almost caught by the bare hand of Coach Busey. That one skips away. Sheehan thought about taking off, but ultimately holds. It's not a huge distance between home plate and the backstop here at Warren Field, so unless the player is fast, oftentimes they're not going to risk going for home unless it takes some kind of weird bounce off a post or something. 1-1 the count to Fantuzzi. Hits a hard shot off the pitcher's mound. Shortstop snags it, throws to first, and he's got the out. Brookline gets 1 run on the board, but a good stop by the shortstop in the blue shirt there puts an end to the threat. We move to the top of the second now at the end of 1. The score, Brookline 1, Arlington 0. Remember, folks, if there's anything you'd like to say during this broadcast, be sure to say it in the live chat. We had some notes in the live chat before the game started with Uncle Peter and Grandma Barbara in the live chat saying hi to one another. And then after I posted a note about the concerns about whether or not Arlington was going to have enough players, Uncle Peter was saying he'd fly in from Denver if he had to, which I thought was quite humorous. But fortunately, Uncle Peter, they are not in need of your services, so we can spare you the airfare on that one, and we get to play an official game. Hoffman back on the hill for his second inning. And leading off for Arlington is another guy in a black shirt, as he tips that one for strike 1. So we got a couple guys with no jersey numbers wearing the same color shirt. I don't know if I'll be able to differentiate based on the pants or anything, but like I always say, we try our best. Hard grounder right at Noah Klein at first, and he tags first for out number 1. And now up comes the shortstop in the blue shirt. It's going to be a high ball 1. Blue shirt man made a nice play at short to end the bottom of the first off a hit from Fantuzzi that ricocheted off the mound. Hits a high bouncer over to third here, fielded by Doctoroff. Throw to first in time for out number 2. Once again, Hoffman working quick and efficient. And I've said it before, as long as Hoffman can stay out of his own way and get that ball consistently in the zone, he is a very effective pitch to contact type of pitcher. That one gets away from him, high ball 1. That one catches the high corner, strike 1. Chases that one high for strike 2. Hoffman's been working the high part of the plate mostly. You wonder if he might try for a breaking ball low here with a 1-2 count. He goes high again, and it's sliced high into foul territory. Kaufman giving it a chase, but it catches the trees and goes out of play. Count remains 1-2 to number 2, with 2 down and the base is empty here on the top of the second. Goes for the breaking ball that time, and it curves perfectly into the zone for strike 3. So Hoffman ends each of the first 2 innings with a strikeout. And now Brookline comes up hoping to add to what is currently a small 1-run lead. Due up for Brookline in the bottom of the second will be their 6, 7, 8 hitters, Hoffman, Doctoroff, and Klein. Number 10 back on the hill, gave up 1 run in the first inning. And arguably, you could argue that run was unearned. I don't know how it will go down on the score sheet because usually a failed pickoff throw does not count as an error on the score sheet. But if the catcher had made that throw on the double play, Brookline would not have scored last inning. That first pitch catches the high corner for strike 1. At the plate is the pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. That breaking ball in the zone, strike 2. Hoffman 3 for 12 so far this Lou Tompkins season. 1 double, 4 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 2 steals, 3 runs, 2 RBI. Connects with this one, but sends it right to the center fielder, and it'll be caught for out number 1. Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Shows bunt, but pulls back as that one comes in low for ball 1. Doctoroff this season 5 for 14 with a double, 2 walks, 3 steals, 3 runs, and 3 RBI. as that one misses to the outside for ball 2. Hits this one, a chopper over to his own position at third, and thrown out for out number 2. Number 10 working well here in the bottom of the second against the lower half of Brookline's lineup. Now batting the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. First pitch to the outside, ball 1. And Klein slices that one for strike 1. Klein so far this summer 4 for 11 with a team leading 6 walks, 1 steal, 3 runs, and 3 RBI. That breaking ball hangs, comes in high for ball 2. That one low for ball 3. Number 10's been alternating between high and low a lot. As a pitcher, he's got a 3-1 count currently to Klein. Gets him to swing, might have got a piece of it, but either way, strike 2. So a full count to Klein with 2 outs and the base is empty here on the bottom of the second. And Klein stays alive as he slices that one out of play. And that one hangs high and away for ball 4. So Klein gets the free pass to first. Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Martino's most recent game of record in this Lou Tompkins season was a pretty good one as he lines a shot over the third baseman and into left field, and it skips past the left fielder, and Klein's going to take advantage. Or no, he's not. He retreats back to second. Thought about it, but it didn't bounce far enough away from the left fielder. And it'll be a simple one-pitch single for Martino. So after going 1 for his first 14, that is Martino's 3rd hit in the last 2 Lou Tompkins games, as he had 2 hits against Belmont Watertown last Thursday, that is. Now batting the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. First pitch fouls it off, strike 1. Kaufman still searching for his first base hit of the Lou Tompkins season. I think he did get a base hit during the weekend tournament, but that didn't count towards the Lou Tompkins stats. So far for Lou Tompkins, he's got 3 walks, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBI. That one misses for ball 1. Both of those RBI for Kaufman coming on bases-loaded walks, and both of those runs coming as a courtesy runner. So he's hoping he can contribute with a base hit here. And he lifts one deep to left center. This one's going for a ride towards the wall. Extra bases for Max Kaufman. His first hit of the Lou Tompkins season, and it's a shot to left center for an RBI double. Great hit by Kaufman. We don't get a good replay of it, but that's all right. Brookline now up 2-0 as we cycle around to the top of the order with the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. First pitch, he lifts one. It's going to be fouled down the left field side. Sawada drew a walk his last time up, but with runners at second and third and 2 down, you know he's aching to get a base hit here. See if he can bring 1, maybe 2 runners in. Kaufman's no slouch on the base pads, so a hit to the outfield likely to bring in 2. That one briefly gets away from the catcher. That'll be ball one. So Klein came in to score on Kaufman's RBI double. Martino now stands at third with Kaufman at second. And that skips in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Runners thought about it but decided against it. Again, that shallow space between home and the backstop can be a real trap for runners going for home if they're not careful. 2-1, the count to Sawada. Hits a hard one, but it's right at the second baseman, fielded cleanly, thrown to first, and that will end the inning. Brookline puts another run on the board, but just one once again. At the end of two, the score, Brookline 2, Arlington 0. So two nice hits back-to-back from some guys who had struggled earlier in this Lou Tompkins season. I mentioned Ellis Martino went one for his first 14 to start the year, but had a very good day against Belmont Watertown with 2 base hits. And then gets a single there in the bottom of the second to put 2 runners on. And then Max Kaufman, who started this season 0 for 9 at the plate in this Lou Tompkins League, gets a big double to left center to drive in Noah Klein. His first hit and first RBI hit of the year, his first time driving a runner in this season on something other than a bases-loaded walk. Owen Hoffman back on the hill for Brookline to start the top of the third. First pitch comes in low, ball one. This one's skied, but a little too under it. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Can of corn for Brendel for out number 1. So number 14 flies out to center. Number 14, the first baseman, if I'm not mistaken. Now, strike one here to another guy in a black shirt and white pants as he takes ball one there, 1-1, the count. Tips that one off, strike 2. So we're 8 batters into the Arlington lineup. 3 guys wearing black shirts with no numbers. As that one hangs on Hoffman, comes in high for ball 2, and the batter doesn't bite on it. And the high heat gets him to swing, but he fouls it off and stays alive. Doesn't chase the curveball low, and now we've got ourselves a full count. And he doesn't bite on the high heat either, as that's going to be a high ball 4. So black shirt, white pants, draws a walk. Now coming up is number 13. That one misses inside, ball 1. And this is a habit Hoffman does not want to get into. He got each of the first 7 batters he faced out. But now 1 free pass given up. That one does catch the inside corner. And I like that. Hoffman misses to the inside, but not afraid to go right back to that same spot and just make sure it gets in the zone. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Pickoff throw attempted, but the runner dives back safe. And this one's a grounder up the first baseline, foul. Strange. Number 13 seems a little off balance when he goes for his swings. It almost seems like he's starting to fall backwards, or at least on that pitch he did, but he still got a piece of it. 1-2 still the count. And there's a grounder into the gap, sliding grab by Sawada, throw to first for out number 2. Boy, you know, it's funny. Right before that pitch was thrown, I was thinking about how they didn't have Sawada pulled back in the infield or maybe over to his left to try and account for the fact that you're facing a lefty hitter and your first baseman has to stand at first to cover that first base bag. But Sawada's showing exactly why they didn't need to adjust. He's got good range over at second, and he makes those sliding catch plays look routine as he gets the second out there. We are back to the start of the order, I believe, with the black shirt player that let off a pickoff throw at second. Sheehan throws down to third, and they get the runner easily. Good move by Hoffman for the pickoff. And that will end the top of the third. We move to the bottom half of the third now. For Brookline, it'll be their 9-10 one-hitters. Coming up, Martino, Kaufman, or no, I'm silly. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters coming up. Chin, Sheehan, and Brendel. I don't know where I got that part of the order. Must be falling asleep or something. Goodness. All right, leading off for Brookline is the extra hitter, number 3, Devin Chin. First pitch catches the low corner, strike one. Chin, his last time up, tried to lay down a bunt, but popped it up, and the catcher caught it. That one catches the outside corner, a quick 0-2 count to Chin. Delayed swing on the curveball, and he fouls it off. Good defensive swing to stay alive. Hits a grounder here over to short, picked up by the blue shirt, thrown to first, and Devin Chin, with his speed, he makes it an infield single. I gotta say, I'm a real big fan of how much Chin has cultivated his swing, especially in the way he's specialized with going opposite field. You know, so that grounders give him a higher chance of getting an infield hit, because he's got that speed that he can exploit that. Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan, as Chin retreats back to the bag off the pickoff throw. Sheehan singled his last time up, got stranded at third. That one inside for ball one. Chin looked like he was making a break for second, but stopped and came back. That one is low for ball two. And that one chased low by Sheehan, and he tips it, strike one. Chin takes off, low and away, ball three. Chin takes second easily. Pardon me. Runner in scoring position now with a 3-1 hitters count to Sheehan. And Sheehan launches one deep to left. Jumping catch made by number 2 out in left field. Well hit ball, just not the right spot as Sheehan flies out to left for the first out of the inning. And, you know, it almost looked like one of those ones where the outfielder misjudges it. And indeed, number 2 started in and then corrected himself, but he corrected himself a lot faster than you sometimes see other outfielders do, which is usually what leads to those kind of hits going for extra bases. As that one comes in the dirt for ball one to the center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. So good play out and left by number 2 for Arlington. Brendel takes that one inside for ball 2. Brendel, his last time up, he got an RBI ground out to first to drive in Brookline's first run. Now with the runner in scoring position, a base hit could drive in another as he takes that one high for ball 3. Five of his team-leading 7 RBI came in one game against Jamaica Plain earlier this season. He got hit. Or either that or it was ball 4. Some kind of a free pass for Brendel. It sounded to me like he might have hit off his leg, but with a 3-ball count, you know, it's either or. That's one I'm just going to double check later just for stat keeping purposes. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. That one bounced in the dirt. Chin takes off, and the throw sails into left, and Chin pops right back up and heads for home. And Chin is in to score. Brandel retreating back to second. He slides in safe. And Devin Chin being aggressive on the base paths pays off with Brookline's third run of the day. So Devin Chin, he saw the ball bounce in. It wasn't quite a wild pitch as he took off for third, but the pitch was just bad enough that he thought he could make it. Catcher, to his credit, tried to make a quick throw, but rushed it a bit as it sailed over the third baseman and into left field. And Chin, with a brief slide and a quick pop-up, was able to head for home as Fantuzzi skies this one deep to left. Left fielder going back towards the wall, and he's got it near the track, or where the warning track would be. It's back so far that Brendel is able to tag up at second and go to third, which is not something you can usually do on a fly out to left, but Fantuzzi sent that one just that close to the wall. So that is the second out of the inning, but it does move the runner to third. 2 outs and a runner at third. Now up comes the pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. First pitch comes in low, ball 1. Hoffman, his last time up, flew out to center to lead off the second inning. That one well covered by the catcher as it skips in for ball 2. And that one skips away from the catcher, and Brendel's taking off, and he'll score. So the deep fly to left by Fantuzzi made a big difference there, because Brendel would have only been at second if not for that fly out by Fantuzzi, and he wouldn't have been able to score on that wild pitch. So even though that'll only go down as a fly out for Fantuzzi, he does help his team score. As Hoffman takes that one for strike 1. 3-1 the count as Brookline now leads 4-0. Hoffman hits a hard grounder through the left gap into left, and that'll be a 2-out single. So, okay, technically Brendel would have scored anyway, but still. And now with the pitcher on the base paths and Brookline fielding a deep bench of players today, they're going to send in a courtesy runner in place of their pitcher Hoffman, so he doesn't have to tire out his legs on the bags, and he can save that power for the mound. Running in place of Hoffman will be number 88, Michael Doherty. Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Ben Doktoroff, as he takes a high ball 1. Doktoroff, his last time up, grounded out to third. Pickoff throw, and Doherty gets back. Boy, with Doherty leaning the wrong way at first on that retreat back to the bag and not diving back, if that throw gets to the correct side of the bag, he might have been caught. And he's not going to be, or is he going to be, slides in, just gets around the tag to steal second. That one close at second base, but Doherty does get into scoring position as that one comes in low for ball 3 to Doktoroff. And Doktoroff takes that one all the way for strike 1. Count now 3-1. And that one misses inside for ball 4. Number 10 having a little trouble with control this inning. He's issued 2 free passes and almost issued a free pass to Hoffman before he got that single. Now batting for Brookline, the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein, as that one comes in low for ball 1. Klein, his last time up, he drew a walk and then later came to score on Max Kaufman's RBI double. Swing and a miss there, strike 1. Doherty, the courtesy runner at second, Doctoroff at first, 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brookline leads by 4, as that one comes in high for ball 2. Now Doherty taking off for third as that one skips in, and the throw sails out into left field once again, and Doherty is now taking off for home. And again, Brookline will take 2 bags and take the plate. This time it's Michael Doherty coming in. Doctoroff steals second and goes to third on the E2. Klein swings and misses, and now he's got a full count. Klein lifts one out to right, and it's a can of corn for number 8 for out number 3. But Brookline puts 3 runs on the board in the 3rd and breaks open their lead at the end of 3. The score, Brookline 5, Arlington 0. Due up for Arlington will be the 2, 3, 4 hitters, number 8, number 10, and the shorter player with black shirt and gray pants. That's the best I can do for the separation between the 3 black shirt players. One is black shirt, white pants, one is black shirt, gray pants, and one is black shirt, gray pants, tall. Like I said, we work with what we got. Oh wait, I forgot. Black shirt, gray pants, tall is actually coming back to the plate because the last out of the top of the 3rd was a runner being caught on the base paths, so he didn't get to finish his plate appearance as he takes strike 1 there to start the top of the 4th. That's my mistake. Last time up, this batter grounded out to short as he takes one outside there for ball 1. He is playing center field for Arlington. As that one catches the low outside corner for strike 2. Slices that one off the cage. Stays alive at 1 and 2. And doesn't bite on that breaking ball as it bounces in the dirt. Ball 2. Does not chase the high heat either. Checks his swing. Ball 3. So a full count now. Hits a grounder here off a weird hop. It's taken easily by Sawada and throws it to first for out number 1, as we've actually got a sub over at first base for Brookline. Now playing first is number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. And now coming to the plate for Arlington is the right fielder, number 8, as he takes that one high for ball 1. Last time up, number 8 flew out to left. Slices that one foul, strike 1. That's going to be a high heat for ball 2. 2-1, the count to number 8. Swing and a miss there as puts that fastball right in the zone. Might have been a cut fastball. Hoffman seems to have a couple of different fastballs. One's a little faster, one's a tiny bit slower and has a bit of movement to it. That one skips in the dirt. That looks like it might have been a cutter that got away from him, came out of his hand wrong. Full count. And that one hangs high on him for ball 4. So a runner at first with 1 out. Now up comes the pitcher, number 10. That one in the zone, strike 1. Slices that one foul, strike 2. And he doesn't bite on the high heat there, ball 1. The Arlington batters not giving Hoffman any easy outs so far this inning. All the pitches that he's tried to trick them on have not worked so far. That one is fouled off, as he did get him chasing that one low on the breaking ball. But number 10 stays alive at 1-2. Number 10 did go down on strikes his last time up, but he's battling here with a 1-2 count. And he fouls off another one. Fastball inside, and he sends it over the backstop. Count remains 1-2. This can be the tricky thing for Hoffman, is he's a very effective pitch-to-contact guy, very good at getting guys to not hit the ball cleanly, but sometimes that just gets you with a flurry of foul balls that can keep you in the at-bat for a while. Pick-off throw, number 8 gets back quick. And so again, that's why maintaining control of your pitches and staying in the strike zone is so important for Hoffman, because sometimes he ends up with at bats like this where the batter just keeps battling. And Hoffman just has to keep attacking the zone. I think that was a check swing foul, because they blew it dead, in which case the count would still be 1-2, though I'm not sure if the ump signaled 2-2. That was a little confusing. And he chases that one high, strike 3. That one looks like it had the speed of a breaking ball, but it didn't really break on him. Might have gone for a high changeup that time. Or maybe the curveball just hung on him. Either way, good strikeout for Owen Hoffman to get the second out of the inning. First pitch is going to be a high ball 1 to the Arlington catcher with a black shirt and gray pants. 2 down, number 8 stands at first. 5-0 the Brookline lead here in the top of the 4th. That one misses to the outside. Ball 2. This one fouled off. That'll be strike 1. And Uncle Peter, I see you in the live chat saying, I'll have a gray shirt, white pants on the rocks, please. You are horrible. you are just awful today, Uncle Peter. This one sliced again, strike 2. Not to mention, there's no one wearing a gray shirt here today. All kidding aside, that was funny. I like that. 2-2 the count. Doesn't chase the breaking ball as it dips low for ball 3. Full count now. Timeout called. Bit of a breeze blowing through here at Warren Field as Hoffman resets for the payoff pitch. And it's going to be a low ball 4. Second walk of the inning, and now 2 runners on. As up comes the shortstop with the blue shirt. Last time up, blue shirt grounded out to third. Now batting with 2 down and runners at first and second. Attempted pickoff at second again, but this time number 8 gets back. That pickoff move is how Hoffman ended the 3rd inning. He tried to end the 4th inning the same way, but nothing doing that time. That one dips low, ball 1. That one in the zone, pickoff attempt, and they got the man between first and second. Rosenblatt chases, throws to second, and they got him. The runner was trying to argue he slid around the tag, but the ump says no, he was out. And so Hoffman does indeed end the inning on another pickoff move. We move to the bottom of the fourth now. Brookline leads Arlington 5-0. Due up in the bottom of the fourth is actually going to be the batters that I erroneously claimed were going to be due up in the bottom of the third, because I guess my head was just an inning in the future somehow. But it's going to be the 9-10 one-hitters for Brookline coming up: Martino, Kaufman, and Sawada. Slight defensive change for Arlington. Number 2 and the blue shirt have swapped positions as Ellis Martino pops up the first pitch he sees. And the catcher dropped it. In and out of the glove as Martino reaches on the E2. Brookline catches a lucky break there as they get a leadoff runner aboard. Now batting the right fielder, number 42, Max Kaufman. First pitch outside, ball 1. Kaufman, of course, had that big RBI double to left center his last time up. Now he hits a hard bouncer, and that's going to go through the right gap into right field. Martino's going to round second, head down to third, and he's going to slide into third safely. Well placed by Max Kaufman. A man with no hits coming into today, now 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI double and a single. And I mean, that's just kind of what happens when you have a runner at first. The first baseman is covering first for a potential pickoff. So that gap on the right side of the infield opens up a lot more for a lefty hitter like Kaufman. This one skips in the dirt, well blocked by the catcher. It'll simply be ball 1. At the plate for Brookline is the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. With runners at first and third and no out, it's likely they'll send Kaufman to second, and there he goes. That one comes in low. They're going to do a full throw down to second. Kaufman takes second. Martino stays at third. So it'll be second and third now with nobody out. That one's a low ball 3. Sawada so far today, 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored, and a ground out to second. And he's going to take a 4-pitch walk here as that one came in around his head. So that will load the bases now For the extra hitter, number 3, Devin Chin. Chin 1 for 2 today. He has popped out to the catcher and gotten an infield single to short. And you wonder what they're going to do here. Chin has gotten a nice collection of hits to the outfield this summer. He is capable of that, but his specialty is being able to reach on stuff that stays in the infield. But with the bases loaded, it's not a good situation for that light contact. And who am I to talk? He lines it out to left. 1 run is in. Kaufman holds at third. An RBI single to left for Devin Chin. And the young man feeds me my own words there, right as I was saying that the soft contact of an infield single wouldn't suffice. He lines a shot opposite field once again, and Brookline has now got 6. Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan, as that curveball hangs high for ball 1. Sheehan 1 for 2 so far today with a single and a flyout. That one blocked by the catcher, ball 2. Bases still loaded for Brookline. So still a prime chance to drive in a run. As that one skips in the dirt for ball 3, briefly gets away from the catcher, but the runners hold. And I mean, why wouldn't you hold? One more ball outside of the strike zone and another run comes in for Brookline on a bases-loaded walk. Very favorable situation for Brookline here. And Sheehan goes for a big swing on a 3-0 count. Misses it that time, 3-1, unless I misunderstood what the count is. I didn't. That is low ball 4. Sheehan gets the bases loaded walk. Kaufman comes in. Brookline up 7. Now batting with the bases still loaded and still nobody out, the center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. First pitch going to miss, ball 1. Brendel 0 for 1 so far today with an RBI groundout, a free pass, and a run scored. As he takes strike 1 there. I wasn't quite sure whether his last plate appearance he got a walk or a hit by pitch, but either way, he would come in on a wild pitch later that inning. Skies this one deep out to right. Right fielder going back. Could not catch it. Pops out of his glove. At least one run's going to come in. Chin racing around third. Sheehan wheeling in around behind him. And I don't think they knew to go to the plate because all 3 are going to come in. Brookline reaches double figures on what looked like it might be a sac fly, but instead is a 2-base E9 that brings in 3 runs for Brookline. Sawada, Chin, and Sheehan all race around the bags to score. And with how deep that fly ball was, that's part of what enabled it, because Sheehan was able to come further off the first base bag. Because even if it had been caught, he would have had time to retreat back to first. And we're going to have a what looks like a pinch hitter here in place of Jackson Fantuzzi. I can't tell who it is. Is that Ben Rosenblatt? I can't tell. First pitch drops in low, ball 1. A reminder, the mercy rule in this Lou Tompkins League is 12 after 5. So if a team leads by 12 runs or more at the conclusion of 5 innings, the game ends right there. And it is Ben Rosenblatt who lifts this one out to shallow left, being chased. Drops in fair. That's a fair ball. Ben Rosenblatt races down to second and sneaks up on the second baseman rather, who didn't know to cover. 3 players raced after that ball. And I guess we score that one a double for Ben Rosenblatt. It should have been a single, as it just kind of dropped fair in no man's land down the left field line. But then nobody was covering, well, somebody was covering second, but he was focused on the lead runner at third and didn't notice that Rosenblatt was off and running. So for now, I'm going to give Ben Rosenblatt a double on that one. You know, I'll double check with Game Changer later. And now Owen Hoffman aligns a shot out to left center. It's caught in the gap by the center fielder, so only 1 run coming in, but Hoffman going to advance down to second on the throw as he puts another one on the board for Brookline with an RBI single. Brendel in to score on that play. And so it's runners at second and third with nobody out, as they're going to send out a courtesy runner for Hoffman. And I'm not sure, but I think we might have a pinch hitter coming up here. Yeah, because that's not Ben Doctoroff, I don't think, coming to the plate. As we see a courtesy runner head down to second in place of the pitcher Hoffman. And that, I believe, is number 55, Hugh Bollinger. At the plate, I think, is number 12, James Skeffington, but I'm not sure. That pitch gets away, but the runners hold. So Ben Rosenblatt at third, Hugh Bollinger at second. And that is James Skeffington sending a deep shot out to left. Left fielder is under it, but Rosenblatt tags and is going to come home on the sac fly by James Skeffington. Bollinger heads down to third on the sac fly there. And we've got another pinch hitter stepping up, and this time I know it for sure, is that's number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Takes the curveball low for ball 1. So Brookline within the range of the mercy rule now, as Rosenblatt takes strike 1. 12-0 is the lead, as that's going to be a high ball 2. 7 runs in for Brookline so far this inning. 1 out runner at third. And that's a low ball 3. Adam Rosenblatt still searching for his first hit of this Lou Tompkins season, but currently 1 ball away from a walk. That one catches the low corner, though, for strike 2. And swing and a miss, and Rosenblatt goes down on strikes. And I think I heard that batting now is number 2, Ben Cody, as that one catches the low corner, strike 1. And a line shot through the left gap. Bollinger trots home, and it's an RBI single for Ben Cody. And now up to the plate, another pinch hitter for Brookline. It's number 88, Michael Doherty. I mean, hey, you've got a deep bench of players today. Why not try it? Doherty lifts one out to right center, drops in for a base hit. Boy, I'm having trouble keeping up with these guys. So in the meantime, we're gonna see another pinch hitter in place of Sawada. Brookline's just bringing in the full bench today. Oh, is that Hugh Bollinger, who just came in off the single from Cody? Now instead of being a pinch runner, he's a pinch hitter, as that one misses for ball one. And that one's going to miss a low ball too. And that's a high ball, a throw down to second. Cody gets back safe. So I believe that's 3-0 count to Bollinger now. So far this Lou Tompkins season, he's 1 for 4, 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 3 steals, 1 run. Hits a shot right at the third baseman and tags third for out number 3. So Brookline with a flurry of runs there, and now just 3 outs away from a Mercy Rule win. If Arlington does not score at least 2 runs this inning, the game will end with the next 3 outs. During this break between the 4th and 5th inning, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. Through the last 10 years, BCF has raised approximately $1.5 million in scholarship funds for BHS students. Your help is crucial to supporting these Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442 to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442. And as always, you can find all that information in the description section down below. So a flurry of defensive replacements for Brookline after that flurry of pinch hitters last inning. But for now, leading off for Arlington is the man in the blue shirt who is now the left fielder after swapping positions with number 2 last inning. He comes back to the plate after last inning ended with a pickoff. Grounder to third is juggled, recovered long throw to first, and he just barely beats out the throw. Tough play at third base, just slightly bobbled. And blue shirt reaches on the E5. Now batting is the shortstop, number 2. First pitch in the zone, strike 1. So I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that Hugh Bollinger is now at second. Ben Cody is now at third. And for the outfield, I'm not quite sure, as that one is fouled off for strike 2. Of course, it might also be James Skeffington at third. Just a bit hard for me to tell. That's a high ball 1. Number 2, his last time up, went down on strikes to end the second inning. And he lifts this one out to right. Kaufman tracking it as he's back out there in right field, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Kaufman, despite being pinch hit for, he stays out in right field and makes the play there. Now batting is the first baseman, number 14. First pitch in the zone, strike 1. Number 14, his last time up, flew out to center. And a pickoff throw does not get there in time. The pitch itself, I think I heard it was called a strike, but I'm not sure. I think it's an 0-2 count. It might be 1-1. But either way, it's popped up in the infield. Hoffman calling for it himself, and he's got it for out number 2. Brookline 1 out away from getting the Mercy Rule win here. Last chance for Arlington is the third baseman with the black shirt and white pants. Slices off the first one, strike 1. Last time at the plate, the third baseman drew a walk, but later got picked off between second and third. That one high for ball 1. Looks like he went for the high changeup that time, but batter not fooled. 1-1 the count. And chases that one. Looks like it might have been a low cutter, strike 2. One and two, Arlington down to their final strike. Timeout called just before Hoffman throws his next pitch. Slices the fastball foul and stays alive at 1-2. That one comes in around the head for ball 2. That one's sliced foul, 2-2. And while this might not be a full 5 innings, if Hoffman can just get one more out or one more strike, he will complete a 5-inning no-hitter. Sliced foul again. I've talked about it before. This is what happens when you're a pitch-to-contact guy. Sometimes you get trapped in this loop of too much foul ball contact that just makes the at-bat last forever. That one just missed, ball 3. Went for a breaking ball, aiming for the high outside corner, but just missed. Payoff pitch coming. Drops low for ball 4. Arlington not done yet. And if they can manage to bring both runners home, it would force this game to continue into the bottom half of the 5th. But they are still down to their last out as up comes the second baseman, number 13. First pitch hits a bouncer over to Bollinger, throws to first, and Owen Hoffman completes the 5-inning no-no. Brookline takes the Mercy Rule win, 13-0. And how about Owen Hoffman? He had such a rough start to the summer after such a stellar spring season with Brookline High. Had a really rough first couple of outings, only lasted 4 2/3 innings through his first 2 pitching appearances. Goes the full 5 innings this time, more than doubles up his inning total for this Lou Tompkins season. Keeps Arlington off the board in terms of runs and in terms of hits. Great effort by the Brookline defense. Aside from that one reach-on error to lead off the top of the 5th, nobody reached base on any batted balls, and that ball was very clearly juggled by the third baseman, so I don't think there's much question that that's going to be ruled as an error. You know, that's something I'm going to double-check later, but for now I'm just going to say that Owen Hoffman got a 5-inning no-hitter. Stellar day at the plate for Brookline, as really they just get right back to business with lighting it up on the scoreboard. This is their third, I believe, third Mercy Rule win, unless you count that scrimmage win over Haverhill, which I'm not. But third Mercy Rule win of the season, as they improve now to 8-1 on the year. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Brookline will be back in action right back here at Warren Field tomorrow, as they will be hosting Newton in a rematch of the season opener. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. Thank you to all those who provided the good vibes in the live chat today. As we see one last note in the live chat from Barbara Jo Metzger saying, "Oh wow, Brookline, what a game. Owen Hoffman, great pitching." And remember, if there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the description section down below. You can also go down below to the description section to find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. You can also find some links related to me, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that and just contact me directly with any questions or requests you may have, you can also check out my email there. And remember to follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Final score after 5, Brookline 13, Arlington 0. From Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.